Hello everyone, welcome back to Handmade Not Hallmark. Amanda here. Today I've got this cute slimline card featuring stamp from Colorado craft company called Happy Day. The illustrations are done by Anita Jeram. I'm not sure if I said her name right, but she is the illustrator for the book Guess How Much I Love You. I'm also using the Slim Basics from Mama Elephant, and I just cut out some pink cardstock that I had in my stash to be a slimline card. And I'm using some Bristol Smooth cardstock here, cut for a long slim line. Now I have it cut larger than what I'm going to use because I'm going to use the die cut to cut it out. I decided I wanted to use this cute bear. The first time that I saw these stamps, I fell in love. The illustrations are amazing. The detail, they're just so sweet, and I couldn't wait to get my hands on them, and they were sold out for a really long time. So I had to wait, but I was glad that I waited, and I was super thrilled to get them. And so I'm just taking the images here along with this sentiment from the same stamp set. Once I get my images lined up, I'm going to be using some VersaFine ONYX black ink because I plan on doing some watercoloring today. I felt like these images were perfect for watercolor. I did some practicing with these images a little bit earlier in the day, and I found some great color combinations that I decided to use. Now they give you some good examples on the back of the packaging on ways that you could color these images, and again, you could color these images any way that you wanted. You could use Copics, watercoloring, anything that you wanted. And I decided I wanted to use my distress inks to color these. And I'm just stamping this image down a couple of times to make sure I get a nice crisp image. Now I did end up slightly tilting the greeting. It is a little bit crooked. I mean, I can see it, but I don't think anybody else will notice. It's just a little bit. I think I might have skewed it a little bit because some of the text is a little funny, but in the end, I really like the way that it turned out. I hit it with my heat gun because this is a pigment ink and it does sit on top of this Bristol paper for a little while, and I wanted to make sure it was really, really dry before I started watercoloring because I didn't want it to bleed anywhere. So we're going to get into the watercoloring. The distress ink colors I decided to use today were Abandoned Coral, Wild Honey, Salty Ocean, Mowed Lawn, Walnut Stain, and Brushed Corduroy. Again, you could use any colors that you'd like. I'm going to put on some music for you all while the painting is going on, and once it's all finished, we'll come back and finish up this card together. I just love this stamp set. It was so fun to color. This little bear is so sweet. Now that it's all done, I'm going to dry it again real good here just to make sure that it's nice and dry, because I'm going to run it through my die cutting machine and I don't want the paper to tear. So I'm just going to take the long slim line die that came in the Mama Elephant set, and I'm just kind of lining it up where I would like the scene to sit. Now again, like I said, the sentiment was a little bit skewed, but I think once I cut it out using this nice square die, you can't really tell. And I love the way that this die will leave a nice frame around my image, and that's what I was going for. I wanted to pull the pink back in from the flower with using the pink card base. Just getting this die all lined up. Gonna run it through my die cutting machine, and then we'll be able to finish up this card. And I love that this card leaves a little bit of stitching as well. If you hear a little bit of odd noises in the background, that is my cat. He is decided to come over and see me, and he likes to lick my feet. It's so weird. I don't know why animals do that, but he's hugging my feet right now because I'm sitting in a nice quiet spot in my house, and he's in here with me, I think, to escape the kids and the puppy. So I'm going to take my card base here, and I'm going to take the same bear image and the sentiment Happy Day from the stamp set, and I'm going to stamp it on the inside of my card here using the Abandoned Coral Distress Inks. Now, Distress Inks, the original Distress Inks, they're not meant for stamping, but you can make them work. It's really helpful if you have a stamp positioner like this MISTI here, because you can get several layers of ink on, and it really makes it nice and even. I am eventually planning on getting some, dye inks, but these work out great for me for now. And I love the way that that looks, really blends in nicely. And I'm just going to hit it with my heat gun just to make sure that it's nice and dry, doesn't leave any marks on the other side of the cardstock. I'm going to clean off my stamps real quick, get those put away, because I have a tendency to forget that they're in there, and then when I go to use the MISTI again, I'm like, oh, there's my stamps I couldn't find. So I've got to get back into the habit of putting them back in their packaging. Now that I got my card base here, I'm going to take my bone folder and just really press that seam down so it's nice and flat. And I'm going to adhere my panel with some foam tape. Now I got this foam tape recently. It's not what I typically use. I typically use the 3M Scotch foam tape. And I saw this and I thought I would give it a try. And it's okay. It's a bit thicker than I typically use. It's nice. It's nice and sturdy and strong. But like I said, it's a little bit thicker than what I typically use. I'll make sure I have this brand listed below if you're looking for a thicker foam tape. I think this would be good maybe for shakers because it is pretty thick. And also the backer paper was kind of hard to take off. But I'm going to keep using it, give it a try. Maybe I'll pick up some Scotch tape if I want some thinner stuff. But this one's working okay so far. Figured I'd give it a try. Now that I've got that all laid out, I just want to add a few small things. I want to add a little bit of highlight to his eye using my Sakura black gel pen. And I'm also going to add in some of these clay hearts that I got. I really like this container that I found at Michael's for my sequins. Now, obviously, if I get more sequins, I have to get more, but it's nice because it has a lock mechanism in it. And the only way you can get it open is if you push on the button and pop it open. So that's great because I have little fingers who like to find my sequins and spill them everywhere. So having this little lock mechanism on them is really great. And I'm just going to adhere 3 hearts. And I figured this card would be great for, just to brighten somebody's day or a birthday. And I felt like the hearts really kind of added to it as well. Once I get those all adhered, I am going to grab that black Sakura gel pen and add that black highlight to his eye. I had thought about adding maybe some white detail as well, but I thought, I don't think I need it. I don't need him to look like he's, a little bit more cartoony or whichever you want to call it. I just felt like adding just that little bit to his eye really just kind of rounded off the character. And this will finish up my card for today. I hope you guys have a great day. I'll see you guys again real soon. And if you liked the video, hit the like button. And if you'd like to see more from my channel, go ahead and hit the subscribe and the notification bell. I'll see you guys again real soon. Bye!